Warning. 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 It's morphin' time. Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome to another Sonic the Hedgehog 2 review. Today we're taking a look at the giant Eggman robot playset. Now, like I said in the opening, this video will contain spoilers. It's literally unavoidable because the figure included is a spoiler to the movie. So if you don't want to know anything that happens in the film itself, back out now and come back when you've seen the movie. I know it's not out everywhere yet, and that's why I want to put like a giant warning. Warning. You know, I'm making a very big point of this because I've seen the movie twice now, and that means that I've got more information than I'm probably going to be able to hold back when talking about the toy. And in fact, part of my overall discussion of the toy will involve things from the movie. So, if you haven't seen it, and you don't want to know stuff that happens specifically at the end of the movie, back out now, come back to this later. It'll still be here. This video will still be here whenever you get to see the movie. But we're going to talk about this because we gotta. It's a new Sonic toy. I'm excited. All right, that all aside, here we go. So we have the giant Eggman robot playset. Now this is the Eggman robot that was created when Dr. Robotnik / Dr. Eggman got the Master Emerald. So it's all big and large. You'll notice that it's all purple on the box, and that's the same with the toy, even though in the movie it was red and yellow like you'd sort of expect for an Eggman robot. What's interesting here is they put a video game render of Sonic, but changed his shoes and his texture to make him look like movie Sonic, but it's definitely video game Sonic. Interesting choice. Exclusive figure we'll look at the end. Back of the packaging essentially shows that you have a bridge, and then the bridge does stuff with the robot. Let's just open it already, come on. So this is what this thing looks like in package without being assembled. And it's got those lovely zip ties just holding everything together, which means I have to get sturdier scissors. Okay, so here is the playset, and what's kind of interesting is that you have kind of two parts to it. First of all, you have this bridge, which is the bridge to Green Hills from the movie. As you can see, it rocks back and forth because this is a sort of the action gimmick. So there's a couple pegs here where you can put figures. I'm going to put figures that doesn't include like the normal Sonic, because essentially the idea is you can hit this and he falls off, or if he's here, you can, you know, it rocks back and forth. So that's kind of neat. Now, in the movie itself, there wasn't really a moment where the Eggman robot hit this and knocked Sonic over. That's because the bridge got destroyed at one point. But it is nice that that's included. We're going to put that off to the side. Same with Sonic here. Let's look at this thing. This thing is weird. The design-wise, it's pretty solid. Again, it's purple and black and not red and yellow, so I imagine this was the pre-production concept look, and then the actual movie version was a different color. But what's interesting about this thing is it's kind of it's a playset more so than an action figure. So it's not like the other Death Egg Robo from Sonic 2 the game. This one, so essentially it turns left and right. It tilts forward it tilts backwards. I just detached it. That happens. It tilts backwards. It's kind of like, oh, it's defeated. But the way this works is essentially it's pegged in there. And then you have these little arms, and now there's these little handles. So the idea is you're behind here trying to smash that hedgehog. So it's got kind of control handles, and these can actually fold away if you don't like the way those look, which I think is nice because it does add to the overall experience. I'm trying to get this delatched here. So you got this, and basically the arms flail. So if you look at it from the front, the arms will flail because this part's loose. So you got this, and it flails. Now, I wouldn't call this the sturdiest thing. As you can see, it does a lot of rocking back and forth. But in terms of play features, not too bad. I've definitely seen worse. This is kind of neat. It does like arch back really easily, but you have this kind of motion. So hypothetically, if we're doing this, we got the bridge, and we got Sonic. We'll peg him in here because we got that. So you got Sonic on the bridge, and then you get your Death Egg Robo, and he just goes bam, and then boom, flying Sonic. So, I mean, that's cool. I like it. It's not 100% that exciting if you're just playing by yourself. I could see this being, you know, more fun if you're behind it, if you're sitting in front of it, or if you have, you know, two people playing with figures. You got like Sonic here. Heck, if you got the target set, here's Knuckles even. You know, it's like, oh, you got them chasing down Eggman, and then boom, and then bam, and then you drop everything because you're trying to do it from behind a camera. Point is, Bridge cool, Eggman cool, but not like the coolest. I think that this is definitely neat for a lot of reasons, but I keep thinking back to the video game version of the Death Egg robot, which I'll bring out for a comparison in a bit, because that one's a little more exciting, but you got that sort of idea. Now, the other idea is that you can take the bridge here, which we're just going to peg this in, and the idea is that you hit this and it launches Sonic, but he's kind of too heavy. Well, this Sonic, I should say. He's a little too heavy, right? So there's another Sonic included. And here's your final spoiler warning. No going back here. It's Super Sonic. So this Super Sonic is exclusive to the set. This is a 2.5-inch one. So you can see here next to regular Sonic here. But what's interesting is this guy is not all plastic. This guy's all plastic, but his gloves, his shoes, and his head are rubber. And even the spines on his back are rubber. So they're pretty rubbery. It's kind of similar to the little Sonic that came with the video game Death Egg Robo. And so you kind of put him here, and he pegs in, and then you launch him, and he just doesn't launch very far. I don't entirely get the gimmick, because I'm going to, you know, let's just bring it in here. Here's the instructions. You press down and then launch Sonic, and then he destroys the Eggman robot. Which, yeah, if you have it from here, and you got enough clearance, and you hit it as hard as you can, it's about as far as he gets. So, I mean, we can try it again. I mean, so let's see. Let's see if we can actually do it here. It's close, but this thing has not got enough force to knock it over. Because, I mean, the way that these are weighted, like, if you have to have a lot of space for this, I guess, but it doesn't knock over easy because of how heavy these are. So, I like the concept. I do like the concept. Now let's line this up here like this. All right, let's see if we can give it some distance, and let's hope for the best. Okay, didn't work. Let's try it again. And yeah, I mean, he definitely flies better than normal Sonic because he's really, you can see how bubbery he is. He bounces. But yeah, that's about all you're gonna get. So, I mean, it's cool, because, I mean, if you got the egg robo here, you can just bam, and then he falls over. That's fun. But overall, I mean, it's okay. I don't think I'm as impressed with this as I am with some of the other Jakks toys, and I don't know if it's just... It's interesting. I think this is the only way to do this robot as a toy, just because... I mean, it's so huge in the movie. There was really no other way to do it. But it's not as exciting as I think some of the other play sets. I mean, I'm probably enjoying this a little less than even the Tornado, which, I mean, it's in the movie. This thing is not to scale, per se. But it's cool. It's cool to get Supersonic. I think that's definitely like one of the better benefits of it. But as a toy, I'm not enjoying it as much. This may be just me being an adult with, you know, the jadedness of collector toy. I don't know. It's just, this is kind of fun, and I think it could be fun in a really good play setting. As a collector, it's not that exciting. But let's do some comparisons. I think we should bring out the other Death Egg Robo just to see them next to each other. All right, so here's the two Eggman robots next to each other. So this is the Death Egg Robo from Sonic 2, and this is the Eggman Giant Robot from Sonic 2, which is based on the Death Egg Robo. Very cool to see. I like the design choices here. I think this would have been a little bit more visually impressive if it was more in these colors, but I understand this was probably the concept art at one point. It was purple. It ended up being more red in the end. But this thing is one giant hunk of plastic. This thing is, as we've discussed... really fun with its exploding gimmick. So, I mean, this is not as exciting. But, you know, there's benefits to both. I would say, though, at $30 for this compared to $40 for this, I'd spend the extra 10 and get this thing, because it's way more fully featured than this is. And just to keep the trend going, here is Video Game Sonic with Movie Sonic for the Supersonic form. I like the Supersonic movie design. It's just like with all the others, it's a great, like, realistic upgrade to the design that we already know. Another size comparison, if you're wondering what the 4-inch Eggman looked like next to it, there you go. Not totally to scale, because I think he was, you know, in the head of this thing and had plenty of room, because it was really massive. And then, yeah, the 4-inch Sonic is just going to look way too big next to that, especially if you put 4-inch Sonic on the bridge. Oh boy, that is a large Hedgehog. So in conclusion, is this playset worth it? For Supersonic, kind of yeah. Though I can't help but wonder if they'll get releasing him later with a fully plastic head and body, because I mean that is some soft rubber. Is it worth it for just this guy? I don't know. It's going to be up to your personal preference. This is definitely feels more, you know, playset, as in there is a specific gimmick going on here, especially with the way the arms work. There you go. They're really heavy. That's what's kind of amazing, is that the thing is pretty heavy. But I mean, it's incredibly hollow in the back. This is not totally like an action figure thing. This is definitely playset. So if you aren't into that, it may be worth the pass. But for me, while I don't regret getting it, it's probably my least favorite of the Sonic movie toys so far. I definitely enjoyed the Tails plane, which was a lot more fun. But, you know, it just depends on what you like in your toys. So that's pretty much the gist of it, and that's pretty much all I gotta say. I do think that, you know, if you are looking for this, it should be pretty easy to find. I got mine off Amazon. It's been pocketing up at Target, so it's not exclusive. Like Tails' plane was exclusive to Walmart, and the 4-pack was exclusive to Target. This is general retail, and it should start popping up more and more. It being, you know, kind of a massive spoiler to the end of the movie, they definitely are holding it back, I think, from a lot of stores. So there is that to consider. But overall, I mean, it's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just kind of in the middle. Whereas I've been loving a lot of the Sonic toys. This has not been my favorite. But I do like the Supersonic. He's cool. So that does it for this review. I will hopefully have more Sonic movie toy reviews soon. I know there's a Target exclusive 3-pack of 4-inch Sonics running about. Haven't been able to get it yet. It keeps selling out on the website, and I haven't been able to find it at my stores. But we'll keep an eye out for that in the future, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep up with future uploads. There's also non-Sonic stuff on the channel, so check it out if you enjoy that sort of thing. And leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of the Eggman playset. I'm curious to hear other thoughts on it. And also be sure to hit the like button while you're down there. It helps the channel grow. So thank you, everyone. Check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for everything related to heroes and news and all that fun stuff. Special thanks to Darkon633 for making the thumbnail to this video. Really appreciate his help here. And my awesome graphic designer on Twitter at Darklaw643. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.